Hey guys, how's it going? This is John with tndivision, and today I'm going to be showing you how to copy an arrangement from any song that you want to emulate. Now, this technique is really great, and I kind of showcased it in the last video. The only difference is that instead of starting with a template with just measuring bars, right? So starting with 8 or 16 bar increments. On this video, I'm going to show you how to actually do this with a track that you really like by an artist that you really admire or whatever. Maybe you're just trying to create a song that is similar to someone else's, but you just want to copy their arrangement. So in this video, I'm going to be using a song that I haven't released yet, but that way I don't get copyright stricken by YouTube. So I'm going to show you sort of my method of coming up with a basic arrangement that is taken from another song. So right here, first thing to note is a lot of songs will often have a little bit of a silence in the beginning. So in Ableton, the first thing you want to do is try to find out where that initial silence kicks in. And this is really good because it's going to help us really lock in the BPM. Now, if you don't know what the BPM of your song is, you can do a simple Google search, type in the artist name, the song, and just type in BPM. And 9 times out of 10, you'll find somewhere on the internet that will actually have the BPM for that song. So once you have that BPM in, just make sure that you come over here and get that all sorted. So let's go ahead and play the song really quick just to make sure that we're actually in the right BPM range. Go near the end. That sounds pretty right. We can go ahead and turn off our metronome. So with this song right here that I've made, I know that there is a 16 bar intro. And honestly, I would probably shorten this intro down at a later version of it. And I'm guessing here is where the verse is going to start. But let's go ahead and play maybe from this part of the intro into the verse just to double check that we got that right. Looks like we do. So let's go ahead and move a little bit forward. Lost alone, caught again. Okay, we got that part. Let's go ahead and check out this section and see what it is, and then we'll figure out how to label it. So this sounds like it's going to be a pre-chorus, and then let's see what happens right here. Leading up. This sounds like it's a build, so let's go ahead and label that build. That sounds like a chorus, or in EDM, I guess you could call it a drop or whatever you want to call it. So now that I know that this is where the chorus is, I'm assuming it's probably going to be going this length. You can also tell by the waveform that there's a lot of energy going on here. So I'm assuming that all of this is most likely doing the same thing. Cool, so we got that part down. I'm assuming that this is also going to be the same thing. So let's go ahead and move on to this section here, which I'm going to assume is like a bridge or a middle 8. So right there, really important thing to note is whenever you're labeling these, it's always good to make little cue points or markers here. And one interesting thing in Ableton is that if you want, you can right click on this and click edit info text, and you can write notes for yourself here. So let's say on this part I want to write in vocals come in, subtle transitions, and then anything else that you want to make note of. And this is really helpful when you have a track that is doing certain things and you want to just keep like things nice and organized. And whenever you click on that note, it'll pop up right there on the bottom left, which is great. So let's continue on with the structure. And all you want is just to hate. All right, let's go to this section. But it's just so hard to reach you. Little pre-chorus there, and then this is most likely where I'm assuming the next chorus is going to drop in. Again, we can edit text info. I'm going to put in here chorus, no vocals, And I'm assuming the vocals are probably going to kick in a few bars after that. So let's go to 129. Boom. And then we have essentially the arrangement for the whole song right there. And now what we can do is we can bring in some MIDI clips to give us an even better visual guide, which I highly recommend doing this because it just keeps things nice and tidy. And I'm going to call this one outro. Then let's go ahead and do this one, which is the verse. And again, this doesn't do anything other than just give us some visual guides. And it's nice because, you know, if you have verses twice, you can just click on it right here and then press spacebar from there, etc. So this is going to be now the pre-chorus. And again, I reiterate that it's always good to color these so that you have a nice little visual guide of what's going on in each section. It's going to be a build, and then this is going to be a chorus. And you don't have to use the same colors that I do, but if you do, then that's great. And then bridge vocals. I want to maybe give this like a different red just so that they're a little bit different. This one's going to be called bridge. And then the pre-chorus back into the chorus, chorus vocals, and outro. And now if you want to be able to start creating a song, you already have the arrangement here. And again, this works for any genre. It doesn't matter. If you want to copy the arrangement of your favorite songs and know exactly what points to do what, you have a really good guide. And one thing I like to do is I like to use Command K or Control K, depending if you're on Windows or PC, and assigning a solo knob for this track, which is going to be a reference track. So let's say I want this to be 1 on my keyboard, right? So what I've done is I've a key assigned the solo of my reference track to N1. So let's go ahead and get back into regular mode. So now if, assuming I have another track right here, I do apologize that my mail is open. But let's say for the sake of the argument that I had another track and this was the track that I had finished or that I was working on here. When I play back this track, actually let me use a different song. I have this track here. Whenever I press 1, I can go back and forth very quickly. And there you have it. That's how to create an arrangement from any track of your choosing that you want to be able to emulate, that you want to copy the arrangement. And this is a really simple technique, but it's very effective, especially if you're getting roadblock or mental block in terms of trying to figure out what type of song you want to do. Because now you have the reference track in your session and you can build from there. Thanks again, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.